Well, hello, and good morning. Always, usually, I do these at 10 o'clock in the morning for you guys. So, good morning. This is Jillian with the Jewel Design, and I am jumping on real quick, and I wanted to decorate the back of our autumn purse bag with you guys. So, I went ahead and decorated the front, and if you follow me on Instagram, you saw me put that together really quickly, but we'll get to look at it more later. But it has, glitter and little details, and, I'm enjoying that immensely. So hopefully we'll take a better look at that again later as we keep going. But definitely, if you don't follow me yet, go on Instagram under a Jewel Design. And if you go below, of course, in the description, there is a link right to all of my social media elements, and you can find my Instagram page. But I did a quick brainstorming also on Instagram of the back cover, but before I got to Antsy, I wanted to definitely decorate with you guys. Now, I'm not ready to do the inside, and I definitely need more time doing many other things before we get to the inside, and I definitely want to do that pocket with you guys, the whole glossine Rite Aid bag, pharmacy bag with you guys. So that will be the other half of this video. But I thought we'd get to it and get the outside done so that I knew what I wanted to do. And so, yeah, I'm thinking a little lace. I found this gorgeous pumpkin wired ribbon. We have this from the purple kit, and we knew we were going to use this to sort of hide the the blue that didn't go to the top, and we got to put a grommet in there. So when I do make a knot back here to help tie these together to keep them closed, we have something working on that. So I got some goodies here that I sort of figured out they're running, and of course something's running outside. Why doesn't that surprise me? I can never get away with that. I think we'll use this end because it's less detrimental. There's a backing to this, a paper backing, and sometimes it gets a little temperamental. But we're going to take it off, so it shouldn't be too bad. I realize it got stuck somewhere, and I'm not sure what happened to it. It's not as clean cut as I thought when I bought it. So we're going to start off with this gold ribbon, or faux ribbon, very glittery. Whoops, let's not get glitter where I'm not supposed to. You see my little circle where I wanted to do it. But yeah, this will probably air a lot later than when I'm recording it. It's just one of those things where it's really hard to wait to do something when you're on a roll. But if you don't space it out somewhat when you record it, I have nothing to talk to you guys about. Or you hear the same thing for 5 videos deep, and you're like, really? Can we move on to something else? Well, if I do all my videos in a couple days, there's not much to talk about. So I just thought really quickly we'd get on and do the decor of this, because I don't always get to show you guys the decor. I don't always get to share that with you guys. And so I wanted to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to, before I get too far, I want to make sure that the hole is there for this. And I'm not, there we go. Ooh, there's something in the way still. That we are not covering it up, and then I have too many things to punch through. We don't want to do that. Now, I don't think I'm getting up there, but I want to make sure we don't cover the hole and I don't have a spot available to do this closed ordeal that we were hoping for. So I'm going to punch it through the front. It means I want to sort of line it up with the first one, which really should be the middle of this that I did put a hole for. Let's do that. I know it's a little wet still, probably with what's it called. That is really close to the top. So let's hope that the grommet will hopefully keep that together. Now I hope I have a few more vintage something, and I don't. I don't want to do white. I don't think. Let me see. I could have it facing white. I mean, the string is going to cover for the most part everything, but let's see. Oh, that's the other thing I noticed. Let's sort of distress this a little bit so it's a little darker. Sort of. That didn't quite work. I think I need more. I feel like we need more stuff. Anyway, I'm going to try to do this real quick. This is sort of the preppage for the rest of the actual cover. This is the bag. This is our cover, or the bag, our purse, to this cute little journal. There it goes, a little darker. I feel like we should do it together. We started it. We should do this. Hopefully you're all doing well. I don't have to have it perfectly aligned, but maybe I am doing it white. I don't want to do black. I could do a darker silver, but this is gold, and I'm like, ugh. Let's see. Well, that one's not bad because of that sort of a brown tone, and it's dark. What was this one? I think it's the same one. It's actually darker. I mean, I could do straight black, but no, I don't want to do black. I just feel like white is too, and I don't want to do silver because I think it's gold. So we're just going to go with this darker pewter color to sort of pull from the, come back here, to pull from sort of the darker, like, wheels kind of deal. And the darker colors that are sort of in here without being actual black. So I am doing it to where the softer end is here, since we're going to knot it on the other side, so it's going to cover the sort of rough edge. So then just do a small knot and keep that going. Come here. So how are we? I'm probably totally off the camera. Sorry about that. Oh, that hurts in a weird angle. Okay. Perfect. It's right there on the edge. Let's cross our fingers, but we're not pulling tight. This is just a small thing that's going to tie right here to keep our purse closed so it doesn't open up. And there we go. Okay. Ta-da. Now we can go back to the decorating of that and not worry about it. Ouch, as I try to get my fingers. I'll try to make this quick. Oh, so like I said, yeah, I'm not, if you're still new to me, like I said, I'm not really much into tutorials, but I will walk you through what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, why I'm doing it. You know, it may make sense, it may not make sense. It may work for you, it may not. Now, right now, I'm doing just the top to get a feel for where things are going to get placed, but they're not perfectly, like I'm not gluing the whole thing down quite yet. I want to make sure that everything is sort of just not moving around too much. We're going to trim off the bottom. We're going to lay this up, and I think we're going to go just a little higher, because then I think I want to see that orange stripe up here just a little bit. Overlap that, but we have to make sure that this gets definitely covered. I want to make sure it hides inside here, because it doesn't go all the way under. I'm wondering if it should now. I have 2 more seconds to decide, like, how much I want it to cover, how much I want it to show, how much I want it to overlay. But I don't want such gaps where you can see too much. I want it to overlap nicely. Alright, we're gonna move this one up. Oh, thankfully, right. Let's move it in just a little bit. I know there's a reason to why I have it going that way, because I do want it to sort of cross over. I want to see a little bit of that white lace. I felt like we needed that contrast a little bit. Let's do this. I felt we needed some contrast from all this dark blue and other colors. I mean, a little bit of white. We have a lot of cream colored dresses and things in the kit, or hints of it, right? So I figured, well, why not? Let's see if we can do this just about right. I know we don't want to show too much glitter, but I can always glitter that up if I have to. I can always, there we go. And I will trim off the top anything I need to see. I know I gotta redo my nails. No, the acrylics are fine, but the nail polish is too thick. I gotta take it off and rework it. I have a plan, I have a thought to actually add the green back in and do some of this burgundy, this orange color I have, this bronzy orange color. But I need to actually clean them up and do it first. Ugh. Today is busy, tomorrow is busy. You know, you guys will see this after my busy weekend, which I'll talk about later, but yes, okay. I feel like something needs to go up there as a border, but this is going to turn on its side, so truthfully, like when we're all said and done, this is the back of the purse that you would be seeing somewhat on its side if you did it right. I don't know. Just depends on how you want. I forgot to keep this on its side. I know people keep this upside down, and I would feel there's like a lot you'd be, like, would come out, because I know after a while mine comes out. Even on its side, it'll start poking out if I'm not careful. I always have the hardest time, like, getting mine out. I don't want to bunch up too much, but then again, I know better. I don't have a spatula type thing. I think I sort of brought a plastic knife out here, but that didn't really work. Not as well as I was hoping. Let's see, because my gold trim is a sticker, not so much a glue, but I might have to put some glue underneath it. Let's see. Stretch it out. Use my finger here, but with my cover so that I'm not, because I'm a very much a hands-on, messy, not as much as a cook so much as I used to be. I used to, really. But I was like, I'm not doing that all the time. But when it comes to crafting, I have no problem using my fingers for everything. And I know some of this stuff isn't always that great. Shouldn't have it all over your fingers. Not that I don't, the moment I'm done with the, with my projects, I don't go clean my hands. But still, I can have quite a bit of stuff on my fingers by the time I'm done with a video or whatever. Alright, so we're going to trim this up a little bit. Don't really want it too over the edge. We're definitely going to cut it up over here. Now, sometimes this is a great way to do it, is to just turn it and sort of cut right underneath. And hope you don't cut it too short, which, that's what I do, but how else are you going to get to it, right? Let's see. That's not bad, I guess. Yes, okay, make sure I have all the right. I always look for my little things, then I know I have my fabric scissors and not my paper ones. And then also to remind me not to cut, paper with those. Cheese and crackers, right? Alright, so I'm glad I found that. That was in my craft box. Very stoked about that. I found this one. This was a clear and slightly purpley green clip, and I think we're going to find a way, I think, because I don't really want it to interfere with the pages. I think I'm going to enhance it or thicken it up a little bit, and it's going to be like a little grommet here. It's a little silvery compared to everything else, but I wanted some kind of fashion. Otherwise, I was going to put it on the handle up here, like a little thing. But either way, I got to redo it. So I'm working on that. I do have some buttons. I didn't even think to add that to the back. I know it's a little bulky. I don't think I'm gonna get too bulky in the back because of the fact that it is the back and you have to write and stuff. Okay, so now we're going to add some of that. And what we're going to do, it's not going to stay this way. We are going to decorate. So now the question is, do I decorate this upright like you're looking at the, the back of the purse? Or do I look at it as the back of the cover and I turn it this way? Right? And so originally I didn't quite have this in there yet. She was something I realized when I was doing some print work this morning that I was like, ooh, she'd be pretty. And I want to add some of these gold pieces like over it. My fingers are in the way. Please tell me I'm in camera. Yes, okay. So what do we think? I'm thinking she would decorate it like this. I know it doesn't come over here. It's all right here on the top. I mean, she could be a cluster on her own, but, where? I mean, I could put her down here and make her definitely the bottom of it, but I don't think I want bottom. I still think I want that sort of clutchy in the middle feel. And not, I did like a flat textured with some distressing, because I definitely wanted it to do its thing. And then that. Sorry, I want to make sure my phone didn't do something weird. It was just my Fitbit. So I think we're going to keep it here. And I'm going to keep it upright because it is the back of the cover. Back cover. It's not really, but when you hold it, yes, it's not going to be, if you hold it upright like a purse and you're carrying your journal around, not really will, but I'm like, do I do an opposite corner over here? Right? I'm like, do I do something with this corner? I can't help it. You got scraps, right? You're like, oh, how can I intercede? How can I make it feel and look natural? Do I want to do something to, like, help with that? I don't know. Yeah, I have a hard time. I can't not want to mess with it. I sort of like the idea of just this in this corner, though. So you've got, like, orange and stuff. You have blue and you've got white. I sort of like that, though. That I like. This, I think it just doesn't work. And that's just more scraps. As I'm collecting a pile of scraps, I found more blue. But, yeah, I need to grasp all these together. Okay, so I'm wasting time. I don't want to spend up my whole video doing this. And if I take too long, then, that means I have to be really close on the other ones. And I don't want to do that either. So, okay, let's get this. Let's just do it. Because no one wants to waste time. But I wanted to decorate with you guys. I so rarely get to decorate with you. Yes, I construct the journals. I do the, actually I can take that out. I do the pages with you guys, the signatures, but I don't do a lot of decorating with you guys. And for a while there, I was doing a lot of the decorating on Instagram because it was a lot easier to set up set it up and set up a quick, a piece of ephemera, for a quick time lapse and just throw it on Instagram. It was almost quicker and I didn't think about it as much and I just did it. When here we talk and we chat and we design and, it takes me forever. So I don't know. It didn't new, but you guys don't always get to see me do a lot of decorating. So I thought I should do that. We worked on the basics at the front, but yeah, this is having some really weird stuff on the back. Of course, it's going to take me the whole time just to do this, isn't it? I'm going to pause for a second and see if I can get this to tweak itself, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, there's this total chunk of this that is a little damaged. So I guess I'm going to go a little smaller than I expected, which is not on my top 10 list. But, if it's damaged and, sticky or done something weird to, I can't do anything about it. There's spots in these things that are not any good, which I hate because I love the feathers. So I'm going to have to, there's sections that are good and sections that are not. So I'm going to have to figure out how to store this and figure it out. But yeah, there's bits and pieces that are no good. And I mean, I will tweak it to the point of no return and find a way, but I will cut every little bit out and use it. But right now I'm going to get a piece of wax paper because I do have some of this exposed on the back. So let's do this. We're just going to do that. And then I'm going to have to pay attention to this and see. We'll have to probably use it here probably pretty soon with the last of whatever I've got and then go from there. So, okay, so we got that in the corner. We just have a nice little spot here, which I'm going to have to do probably the other one. Wow, these lights are warm. I'm trying to keep the, colors going and make sure it's bright and you guys can see it. We're going to do a little, come on, a little bit in this corner because that one is not sticking. Pops up, keeps popping up. So, there we go. All right, so we got a little bit of that. And then, yeah, definitely, we're going to go here, here, here. I'm going to turn it a little bit, but if we do it just right, time it just right. Not time it, but, place it just right. Get to see everything every way, and then we'll add those to the top. Okay. You know me, I'm like, gotta glue all of this. So yeah, I did a bunch of print work this morning, and to get the rest of the things I think I'm going to need. We need journal cards and tags for this book. So I didn't have it all printed. I got to a point where I'm not doing as much of the, print the whole kit for you guys when I do quick reveals. Just the pages and some of my favorite pieces or something, right? And then a friend of mine did want this, so I gave her what ephemera I did have and then, printed the rest for her. So I was like, oh, now I don't have any ephemera for this. Whoops. I don't have any ephemera. That's not good. So yeah. Which I did play around with some of the sizes. So you guys get to see that in the next one. All the little tweaks and fun things I've been working on. So, almost done, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, don't go anywhere. This is just a first half of the video. And, of course, you'll just see a clip. You'll see a blimp, and then I'll be right back. But it will actually be a couple days before, physically a couple days before I get back to this. I need to, start the other kit. Well, one, get more work done so I can keep working on this. And I have the other kit to work on. At least get it started so you guys don't get bored of one or the other. Right? I like that. That was a pretty little extra. Don't, of course, it's slippery. Okay, I'll just do a little bit and let it sit there for a second, and then I can always go back and add more. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is, glittery and shiny satin flat. And I'm glad I like that because it feels like I have a nice diagonal with some vertical, a cluster. Look at that. Let me see. I'm not sure why that corner is so dark. It's just the light. Okay. So anyway, there we go. We have some glitter. We have some great stuff. And then, hopefully that is a wonderful set to the front of our gorgeous little ordeal. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so I will be back in a blink of an eye for you guys, and we will work on the inside, the last pocket here, but I will have everything else sort of prep ready to go so we can insert it, and away we go. So just give me a moment, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I said there'd be a gap, but you don't know, a blimp on your end, a week on mine. So we finished this. looking all good. I printed up some journal cards. I did realize that they're too short or too big. I don't know if I showed you earlier. They do, I don't mind that they stick out on this side, but I do mind that they stick out over here. So I'm going to have to take a few of these and trim them to make them a little skinnier if I want them to fit in here. Otherwise, I got to find something else to tuck in there that doesn't look funny when it's sticking out of here. Yeah, sort of a bummer. So we are going to finish up this video with the Rite Aid glossine sort of waxy bag, and we're going to make it a pocket for right here. I don't think I'll tuck it in. I think we're going to glue all the way around. We may leave room for the back, but I already have one in here, one here, and these two. So I definitely went ahead and, used some of the journal cards that we have. I have, a large tag and the secondary tag, which I did put a little blue on the top of that one. So that is a tentative plan there. And so we're just going to get right to it. The goal, though, is trying to figure out how I want to cover it up and how much I want to cover up. So because we sort of want to see the bag. The idea is still to see the bag, but we have to start off with by at least getting some of this. Maybe not that one. I don't know which one to use. I know I have done both. I need to seal down some of this bag. Otherwise, everything gets caught. And we don't want that. At least enough of it to where I really just want this front piece open. Yes. Yes, I closed that down. I just want to be able to slip it in and not have it get caught up on anything for the most part. Slice it in so that we really can just put this little front pouch right here, and we're just going to slide it right in. Okay? And he's pretty flattened out. What I might decide to do, though, is just decide that I glue down the back and I don't completely the top in case someone wanted to put a letter in there or something else in the back. You could. You have one more tuck pocket option. Okay. I didn't go all the way to the bottom because I can't reach down there. And then, now here I had to fold it up quite a bit so that it didn't stick out on the top or the bottom. I didn't want to cut anything off because I liked the natural indent there. But the front, I needed a little bit more. I do need a little bit more. And so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the top off. Or the bottom off, however you want to put that. And we're going to deconstruct this just a little bit. I don't want to do too much, but I do really want to, almost down to where that is, yeah. I do want to fold this front part down so that we can see the back like we do on the top. And we're going to do this. Let's do this. We're going to which one did I do? The front? Okay. Yeah. So the front, we're going to just cut down a little ways, and we're going to, I want to do this. I want to flip it so that you have the back pocket, we have the front pocket. And we're going to glue this down because I don't think I'm tucking anything up into it. I think we're just going to cover it right up. But I wanted that front pocket option. Now, like we did with this one, I probably should have covered it though first. I just realized, let's see something here. I'm sort of wondering what I should have done. I'm thinking I should have covered it with the parchment paper. I can always tuck it to a point, but I'm going to have to get crafty, aren't I? Whoops, well, too late now. I'm like, I don't want to see all the elements. Like, I don't want to see all the blue and the green, which is what we do need to cover up. But I had the pocket here to put this one. All the way down. And then I have that pocket there, or will have that pocket for that one. And the little guy behind it. So, like, she'll go in and that'll sort of stick out. And then that one there. And anything little, I have a few other little guys that I may want to stick in there. So there's that. I don't mind seeing the card in the bottom, but I don't want to see this blue and green here. So that's what I was thinking. Well, I could put, like, center this on that pocket. So it gives us like a belly band effect. We do need to cover this down, but I feel like I need to cover up that Rite Aid pretty good. And I think before I do, so it doesn't bleed through, I really wanted to cover this bag with the parchment paper. Thought it might be, and it's not thick enough. Oof, nope, not even close. I'm trying to find things. Like this is, I think this is tissue from, yeah, it's a pattern tissue, which maybe we could do a little bit of first. Oh, none of that covers. Holy crap. Well, maybe that wasn't that idea. Nope, you can still see it. I don't really want to see the Rite Aid part. Really don't. So, like I said, I'm covering it with paper. Oh, I was sort of hoping maybe we can decorate a little bit with the parchment paper that's tea dyed, just to give it an idea. I wanted to keep it light and wispy and airy, but it is, I've got to cover enough of it. Well, unless I cover a lot of it with this, and then I did pieces of this, but then I feel like that's just, it's layer after layer, huh? So I can still sort of see that, but I'd rather see the white. I think I'd rather distress this and put, debatable, debatable, debatable. Well, I think I want that really bold blue down the middle there. I definitely want the blue here. That much I do know. And have it, you know, cut everywhere. I don't know whether to do this or whether we do this. It's a great background page. I really hate to... It keeps a really pretty feel, though. It does keep to a yummier feel. The only downside is this baby will blend right in. Well, no, it's actually a different color. So it won't blend in as much as I thought it would. And I think this is maybe just too busy for everything that's going on to have her in front of that. I wanted to keep it sort of light and airy. I didn't want to go too... For the most part, except for like a few spots where we're going to decorate it, right? But even then I have like, is this wider? You see, that's better actually. That actually fits the width a little bit better. And I can trim it off. So I don't think these are going to work. Oh, the other side to it, huh? Yeah, that would be bold. Oh, so bold. No, I don't know if I want to go that bold. I'm like, I don't think I want to go that bold. So, no, not yet. Okay. Sort of like that idea. This was the problem, and I only have a little bit of time left. Now I already used the first 20 minutes, so I only have 30 or 40 minutes on this one, and I wanted to play with this one with you guys to sort of try to see how my little guy fixed out. I mean, there's nothing fantastic about this. It's simply just covering up the spots we really don't want to see. The colors, the elements, I'll probably distress around the edges here. We probably should. So that it continues to have the proper feel. And the bag itself, like I feel like it should be, because it's so white. I still feel like we should put it right on the end. I have not really cut in there, so I could tuck something up underneath there. We need to distress this edge. Let's get some ink in here. And I'm off the camera, aren't I? Sorry. Ay. Well, it is Saturday, and it is, for you guys, and it is, you know, been a week. Been busy. When I turn around, the girls try to add something else. I kept going, nope, come on. We had busy last week. We were busy. This week, we still have meetings. We still had practices. We still had, you know. So as we speak right now, she's technically in her color guard marching practice. It's like, my oldest should be cleaning the house. She begged me for a jean jacket that we got at a vendor's booth at we do a Hope breast cancer harvest festival we go to every year. It's supposed to support breast cancer and all the proceeds, and you know, it's really great. And so there was vendors there, of course, for the more craft fair end of it. And I know better now. My girls are bad as I am. And yeah, they were like, oh, but I really like this. They really like that. And I'm like, the purple beaded bracelet you saw on me earlier in the week. We caught it. That was something there. My daughter, one got jade, one got rose quartz, and I got the purple amethyst. So, you know, that's all good. So let's do this. I know, I'm taking forever. I think I've just been doing too many videos lately. I'm a little tired. But I want to get this done, and oh my gosh, trying to work on pages, but you'll have to wait till the end on that one. You'll have to wait till next week for the reveal as I get all the little itty bitties done. After all the pages are organized, I just have to get them all finished and cut and trimmed and glued back together to make the signatures or the pages for the journals. It has been crazy, but I'm almost there and I'm almost done. Right? We are getting there. Let's do this. I know this part I want. It's the rest of it that's up in the air. I'm so bummed. I'm sort of hoping I could go light and airy and keep it sort of washy and waxy and light, and I'm a little bummed I have to put paper on it, but we'll try to keep as much of the white of this that we can see. This one's not so bad, so maybe I will put a little bit of the maybe I will put, well, we're going to bring that down completely so that nothing gets caught in there, so it's not so weird. Keep it a nice thin easy layer. Maybe we'll put a little bit of parchment paper in here just to break up a little bit of the blue and green. Jeez, I can't cut anything straight. If I could get things straight, I could put stuff in there. Let's see if we can tuck a little something in here, and we'll glue it down. You won't be able to see much, but it will give it some look. That gives me some texture. I like that a little bit. Okay. Which side do I like better? I like that side better. Okay. We'll do a little bit of... I am on the bottom here. I am so sorry, guys. Let's just tuck this stuff in a little bit. Give us a little bit of texture behind our journal cards. And help block. Now, the rest of the green I do see right now will not be there, of course, when I cover all this up. But there's some on the back here that is getting a little temperamental. So then when we put her in here, that gives us some dimension. It gives us a little bit. There's still some blue in this corner that I cannot get to go away. Yeah, a little bit of that writing right there is not going away, so I'm going to have to figure out. Yeah, it's a bummer. Not much I can do about it. Okay, so I can try to go for some of the detail work, or I can cut something straight out of the middle. Here we go again. We're using a lot of my deckled edge cutter from Tim Holtz is getting all kinds of play right now, and that wasn't really a drop. That wasn't like a name drop or a product drop per se. I'm just letting you know what I'm using. I'm like, I know. I'm like, yeah, it wasn't really a name drop. Sorry. It wasn't intentional for a name drop. I was just like, by the way, this is what I'm using. If you haven't figured it out, I'm assuming if you're really new to my channel and you're really new to this in general, then yeah, you're going, wait a minute. What are you using? I don't need all of that. So let's cut it widthwise what I need. We're going to go to just that. We're going to go to right that outside edge. And then I'll cut it down. I don't want to cut everything down. I don't want to cut the whole world. I just want it, and I don't even need it to go out all the way. Like, I don't mind if it's inside it a little bit. I like that bottom better, so let's do it this way. So, no, you know what? I'm okay with that. We're going to distress it. We'll lay it out as a layer. We're going to bring it down, and I don't even need to go in all the way, except I do need to block some stuff. So we'll go down to here, I think. And because this bottom is pretty clear, I don't see any real color. Or do I? I take that back. There's a little bit of green down there that's bugging me. So we're going to layer it enough. There we go. You love us. None of us. Thinking to point, very few of us do any measurements anymore. Or we try and then we realize we're off. Like if we're off, if we miss eyeball the measurement, then you know it's off anyway. So why are we going through all the? Oh, do I want to go straight across? No, probably not. But if I go to try to trim that, it's going to come off anyway. So do I put it down here till we see a little bit of the distress coloring? It's really hard to tell. Really, you can't tell. And once you put the blue in there, you're not going to see it anyway. I just don't know. I have everything around the edges done, and that one's a straight edge. Right? Oh my goodness, people. I feel like it's all I've done. I'm luckily not getting my kits too badly confused. So I'm doing two different types of journals, but they're both autumn. And they are, you know, they are both autumn, but very different. They're different styles, they're different bases, they're different everything. And I'm like, oh, the digital papers are all that's different, the same. I'm using antique on both of them. Just like, little photo on everything. At least that part's the same. Thank goodness. Having to go back and forth and accidentally grab like a silver for this one, or I could have, but I do like, because again, we are putting it on, you know, paper craft or craft paper bag. We are still sort of allowing for that lovely dark distressing. Let's do that. Okay. I just want to make the most of the baggie. I saw the white. I thought it was cool. It was light. It was airy. It was, you know, that parchment waxy thing. I thought it'd be a nice light. Not yet. Ordeal. I thought it'd be useful. Give me another tuck space. Like we don't have, because we don't really have. We have a few writing pages. I did find some. I am throwing in some of my Milva Rose, because I use the roses. So I found some of my document pages within my Milva Rose kit. And so I am doing that. I did do a couple of those pages. I found an antique letter, or vintage letter that I printed on parchment paper, that I had in my records. And so I was like, okay, well, let's do a couple printouts here and just add a little bit to the decor, to the pages, so it's not so straight up, you know, just glued front and back pages. Like, let's do a little bit more. Now, the only thing I don't know what to do, let's see. This one's going in here. No, that one's not going in. That one's going in here. Oh! Wait a minute. Yeah, no, that goes there. So no, oh, well, that works too, I guess. I'm like, wait a minute, I put that in there, and that's actually this one that goes there. That goes there. I could put a hole punch in here, just so you could see, like I could go here with a hole punch. And yeah, I didn't even glue that down all the way. I was getting confused on my holes there. Eek. Do a really little one. Feel like it needs it. I may do that at the top too, I don't know. Little one here, just to indicate that there is sort of something going on. And we'll re-ink it. I'm glad I haven't completely inked and glued everything down, because I don't know if I would have gotten really confused or really bad. Alright. So that one sits there. This one sits here, which sort of helps cover some of that blue. That one's going to sit there when it's glued down. Okay, but it also has, just because it can, that's going to go behind, and this one's going to get tucked in the back. So you're going to see the little guy up here. You're going to see her and her. You know, she'll be tucked in. And I think I have a few little pieces left over here that I haven't really done anything with yet. I've got these little guys that I can tuck. Maybe I'll tuck I can tuck one up here, up to there. You know, I just realized I had some fussy cuts, which maybe I'll put, like, I could put this one, I can tuck it in, or tuck in the carriage or something. So maybe I'll put a fussy cut, a big, taller fussy cut. I'll tuck into here. We'll tuck a little something in it. We're going to find a few little things. I'll put something on here to decor. So maybe we'll put a pumpkin up here. I think we're going to find a few little ways to do this. And I don't know if time, if I have the time right now, I'll look and see if I can pause and then add, you know, go do some fussy cut real quick and come back and, you know, decorate that up with you guys. So you're not, you know, getting something besides just the structure. Sometimes just constructing something isn't always fun to watch. But, you know, I fold it up. I glued it in, cut down the inner, you know, cut the bottom off so that I could cut open the seam on the bottom of the bag so that I could fold it down and make another pocket. Now we glue it down 3 sides, and it also has the ability to be tucked if we wanted to without any qualms. And I'm just trying to get that a little more sealed. It keeps coming undone right there. Okay. So there's that. I think we definitely want to, that one I've already distressed. This one I've distressed, which is great. So now that's tucked in. She's not distressed, but I'm not going to do that on camera too badly. I just need to do enough to remind myself. Yeah, believe me, talking about getting a new ink pad was such a huge deal. I'm going to use so much of it. Ugh, it's not like I'm not going to go through this pad and that ink in a heartbeat. I'm loving the back. I'm loving the excess amount of, like, inking that I'm doing on these. Ugh, I I think that'd be great for the ephemera and to write in. I am trying to give you guys enough ephemera to write in so that you feel like you have a little bit of memory keeping in it. Not a lot. It could just be like you went to Disneyland and you saw your favorite princess or something. I don't know. So I like that in general, but I definitely think we need a few little tidbits. And so let me see, how am I doing? I'm at 20 minutes. So let me pause, cut out some of the fussy cuts real quick, and I'll come back and we'll do a little bit of layering TLC and tuck some more stuff into it. That way you can see it all finished and we'll glue it to the page. So I'll be back one more moment. Okay, I came back, as you can see. All right, so I did cut out the castle and distressed it and put it in here. It's a cute little itty-bitty writing space. It is a little smaller than I expected, but I think it tucks out great. Now, making this an up tuck didn't work as well as I was hoping. This is very, still very small. I was like, man. So, I think we're going to cluster on the front, but I'm going to glue it to the top, not so much the bottom. And maybe we'll make it more, it's still a tuck, but like a hidden tuck. You could try to tuck something up in there, but not like, it's not like some big permanent thing. Because, and so after all that work with the book, with covering up that flap, like really, here we are covering it up. But I think that maybe we'll keep it to like an idea of, you know, where the elements are hiding the possibility of a tuck. Right. We have sort of like a hidden tuck concept. You could tuck a little piece of paper, a little note in there. Maybe I'll come up with something else before I'm completely done. You never know. Something always comes up and I'm like, hey, that card, that whatever. Oh, it's still too big. I just realized my journal cards are too big. I was like, give me my little journal cards. And I'm like, nope, I think I have the same problem I had with on the other side where, let's see, I don't know if I can even get in there. I did not, nope, I did not do that as well as I thought. It's definitely a narrow pocket. And even then. So yeah, it's definitely something I've got to reinforce underneath. So if you do stick something up in there, it, doesn't get caught, as I just realized. And then, I'm like, oh, all those layers, right, to make a bag. Amazing when you fold it up, how many layers it requires to make that bag. And then, you know, so it opens up properly. So I think, yeah, it's definitely more of a hidden tuck. And I might find something so it sort of sticks out so you can sort of tell something gets tucked underneath there, or can get tucked underneath there, right? But we don't know what yet. So I will have to find some cute little thing for whoever buys this. We'll get some cute little something tucked up underneath there. There we go. So let's get it tucked. Let's get it glued in, and then I can let you guys go because, you know, I try to keep it under an hour. I noticed I was getting a little long this week, but we had a lot to get. I was trying to get enough done for you guys so you actually saw the process for once, instead of me usually just, you know, swapping it out. And yes, it's still blue and green on the back end, but no one's going to see that very much because we are going to have it all glued down. But see, upcycling. I've kept so many Safeway bags because they are brown. You saw my mom this week. She was using the Subway bags, lunch bags, like because they're just yummy material. Like, how can you not want to mess with that? I'm going just a little bit because I'm hoping the pages are going to cover this just right. And I do have lace and stuff, so it's going to hide it some, but I can't get to the pages. I'm not going to try. I have everything so tentatively organized over there. All right, there we go. So if we wanted to, you could put one more thing behind it. I don't think I have another one. I don't think I want to put all the tags in one thing, but you could put a letter back there. You could put a vintage letter or a vintage document that you have that fits this feel, fits your Cinderella fairy tale old, you know, country, old as in the old country, not like old country. The feel. Totally tuck another piece of paper back there that you wrote on. You want to put some writing paper back there. I don't know if I may have some left over. Coffee paper, so maybe I'll tuck one in there so you could write on it. You have a hidden tuck pocket here, right? I'll see what goes in there. Otherwise, you have journal cards, tags, something a little bit will, you know, that will stick out a little bit, so you can see a little bit in the back. So it sticks out here, but I think the pages do come out to here, which is the whole point. We wanted the pages to stick out. We want the lace at least to stick out. And so we have a nice little pocketed goodie back here. And then we'll have to do some tweaking to fix this. And, oh, we're almost good. So I think this one and one other. Eek. Oh, no. I guess I don't. Oh, I put the blue one in there. Yeah, the hard part was trying to figure out what to put in here. And I thought, well, I could go horizontal, but I can only trim down. You know, this one, I can trim this one down a bit, and that would be okay. This one I'd have to cut off the bottom, so then all the stairs would be gone. And that's not so fun. Yeah, same thing, I'd have to cut off the bottom. So I'm gonna have to get crafty here with some of our journal things. I was really hoping those were gonna fit, and there's no way I'm gonna go in there and try to slice that bag to make it a deeper pocket. I will make a complete mess out of it trying to do so. So we're going to have to find something that can stick out on this side, but doesn't stick out across the cover. So I have one. And that was the other thing. If they weren't small enough or little enough, they were going to block the ability to get our little nubby here for our tie. I was going to have the tie come out this way to smoothly tie with this one. I may have to have it come out, and I don't know. I don't know, people. A few of my pockets have not quite worked out as planned. Gasp. Alright, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching me decorate the back. And then coming in and decorating the pocket for the front. Really appreciate it. Scraps as usual. Oh my goodness. We'll see what's left. But, you know, it's all good. It's all part of the process. And, you know, as I fine-tune things and get things going for the rest of the weekend, it'll allow me to then, of course, put all the pretties in it and decide where else to decorate it and layer it and, you know, use the pieces accordingly. So we'll see how the pages turn out, and then I'll determine how much more I need to add to it. So thank you so much for joining me. Love you all. And we will talk in a couple days and while I reveal the finished product of all these lovelies. So there we go. Back and inside, all done. Looking good. I'm so happy. All right, thank you so much for joining me. We will see you next week when they're all finished. And don't forget to hit all the notifications, like, loves, comments, bells, all the whistles. Check out my bio down below for anything else if you've just found me. So you can find me on Facebook, Instagram. Of course, you're here, my Crafters of a Jewel Design page, all that joyful stuff. So thank you again so much, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye-bye. Happy October.